Hello, lovely student. This is me, Aisha, and today we're gonna talk about a very important topic that is known as board mass. Board mass is basically how we will solve an equation in which there are lots of plus minus operations in it. So there is a specific set pattern in which we have to solve that equation. B stands for bracket, that is square bracket, that is round bracket, square bracket, curly bracket. This bracket is known as round bracket. This bracket is known as square bracket, and this bracket is known as flower bracket, or some people call it curly bracket. So B stands for brackets, O stands for order of the operation, and the order of the operation means anything that is having some power, like for example 2 to the power of 2, 3 to the power of 4. This is the order of operation. D for division, M for multiplication, A for addition, and S for subtraction. Some people call it BODMAS as well. I stands for index. So in this question, we have to decide which part of the equation we have to solve first. It's not like we just have to solve it from left to right, because the answer will be different in every case. To solve all these problems, we should know about the board mass. In this situation, you can't just go from left to right, because there are lots of operations. There are divide operation, plus operation, there are brackets, there are orders, and there is a multiplication as well. So moving forward, the I'll break all these: B for bracket, O for order, D for division, M for multiplication, A for addition, and S for subtraction. So like order, as you can see, 3 to the power of 2, this is the order, and 2 to the power of 2. After that, exactly the board mass and the bid mass, exactly the same rule, only a slight naming difference. Some people call it board mass, some people call it bid mass. Anyways, you can call it anything you like in these two. So after that, in some cases, in some equation, you don't have to follow board mass exactly. You just have to solve it from left to right. One case is when there are only plus and minus, addition and subtraction in an equation, such as this equation. These are only having a plus and minus. In this case, you don't have to think much about board mass. You'll just multiply it. You'll just solve it. Sorry about it. You'll just solve it, and you'll left to right. In this situation, you just have to solve it from left to right when there are only multiplication and division in a bracket. For example, in the first preference, there are some set preferences by our mathematician. Multiply and divide are always our first preference. If there is an equation and there is a multiply and divide, we'll always consider it as our first preference, and our second preference will always be plus and minus. But in some cases, when there are only specific plus and minus, for example, I'll give you few examples: 3 plus 2 minus 5. No, we don't have to think about board mass. We'll just solve it from left to right. In another case, I'll write it over here: 3 multiplied by 2 divided by 4. Now, according to board mass, like D, M, A, S, we don't have to solve division first. We'll just solve it from left to right. So the rule is, I'm gonna say it again. The rule is, if there is multiplication and division in a specific equation, you don't have to think much about the rule. Only multiplication and division. You don't have to think about the rule. Just solve it from left to right. And in such situation, when there are multiple operations of first preference group, like the first preference group is multiplication and division, plus and minus, and the second preference is multiply and divide. For example, 3 multiply by 2 plus 5. Now we have to think about board mass, because in this situation we have a multiplication that is of second preference and of a addition that is of first preference. In this case, we'll do the board mass solution. I'll do lots of examples so that you have a much more clear idea. Now in this situation, we'll solve it according to board mass. Let me just write it down: board mass. Now in this situation, we have the first preference is bracket. According to this, anywhere I see the bracket, I'll solve it first. So in this situation, this is the bracket. I solve this bracket first. So when I solve it, it's 6. So I'll solve it over here: 6 plus, now I know that the second is order, and the order is in this case that is 2 to the power of square. So I'm gonna solve it, and that will be 4 multiplied by 3. Now according to board math there is division, but we don't have division in this equation, so we'll go move forward. And there is multiplication. Yes, we have multiplication. Now we won't do it from left to right, that will be a wrong approach. So the best method to do it is, first of all, we'll solve this one. 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8, 4 threes are 12. 12 plus 6. Now we have multiplication. After that there is addition. Addition, 12 plus 6 is 18. So this is my answer for this specific equation. So the only thing that I'm saying is that if you have an equation and if you are not following the rule of board mass, so you'll end up having the wrong answer. So the answer for this is 18. Now moving forward. Now in this situation, we know board mass. According to board mass, how many operations we have? We have the addition operation, we have the multiplication operation, and we have the order operation. So now my first preference is solving the order. So that is 8, 2 to the power of 3, that is 8. Now the equation is 3. Now just solving it for the sake of your understanding, 3 plus 8 multiplied by 3. Now I will solve multiplication. I have solved this part. Now I'll go for multiplication. Multiplication is this one. 8 ones are 8, 8 twos are 16, 8 threes are 24. So 24 plus 3. Now the answer for this one is, because we are only left with the addition, so the answer for this one is 27. After that we'll do a few other example. Now in this case we are not concerned what, in this case we'll solve this equation. So before solving this equation I know about the brackets, so I'll solve the brackets first. And in this case, if you like to do the board mass, yes, you should do the board mass in this bracket. So first of all, I'll solve this bracket and apply the board mass in this bracket. So let me just erase it so that you can have a clear understanding. So according to board mass, in this bracket, I'll solve the power first, and that is 5 to the power 2, that is 5 5 the 25. So I'm gonna solve this bracket. I have told you about the board mass. Board mass, I have solved this bracket and I got my answer 5. Now this is also a bracket. Now I'm gonna solve this bracket as well, and I got my answer 8. Because I know according to board mass, division first, 8 divided by 4, 1 the 4, that is 2, multiply as it is, 3 as it is. Now I plus 2 as it is. Now I'll multiply this, because according to board mass, multiplication comes first. So 3 into 2, 6 plus 2. 6 plus 2 equals to 8. And when we are done with this, 5 to the square divided by, I got for this bracket, I got my answer 5, and for this bracket, I got my answer 8. Now this is my simplified equation. To solve this simplified equation, I'm gonna write 5 5 the, because I have told you according to board mass. According to board mass, brackets come first, and if there is no bracket order, so 5 5 the 25 divided by 5 multiply by 8. And I have told you, if there are division and multiplication in the same equation, you don't have to think much and just go from left to right. So 25 divided by 5, 5 into 8. 5 8s are 5 8s are 5 8s are 40. So this is my answer for this equation. Now I'll move forward. This is another equation. I'm gonna solve it at this place, so that you can have 5 square minus 3 multiplied by 4 plus 2. Now I'm gonna write my board mass over here. Board mass. So B stands for bracket. There is no bracket, so I'm done with this part. Is there any order? Yes, there is an order. I'm gonna solve that. 5 2s are 5 2s in 5 square, 5 5 the 25. 5 25. Is there any division? No, there is no division, so we are done with this part. Is there any multiplication? Yes, there is multiplication, so I'm gonna write it as it is and multiply these two. 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8, 4 threes are 12. 12 plus 2. Now I'll move forward. Now I have plus and minus in the same line, so I don't have to think much, and I'll do the left to right to 25 minus 12. That is, what do you think 25 minus 12 is? Let me just use it. 25 minus 12. that is 13, and 13 plus 2, that is 15. So this is how you would 15. This answer is as related to this, same as it is. 15 is my answer in this case. So the only thing you have to just tick, you have to write BODMAS and use all the operation. Now again, the hardest part, you just some equation. So the core rule, first of all, if you see brackets, this is the bracket, this is the bracket, and this is the bracket. If you see a bracket that is round, so you'll solve the round bracket first. If you see a bracket that is square, then you'll see the after round bracket, you solve the square bracket. After that, you solve the curly bracket. Let me just give you an example. 2 plus 3 bracket plus 5 square bracket. So I'm not gonna solve this. First of all, I'm gonna solve this round bracket. 3 plus 2, 5, and then plus 5. 5 5s are 5 plus 5 equals to 10. 10 is my answer. So these are some preferences that you have to order. It can be power, it can be root. After that, division, addition, that are division and multiplication are my first preferences. If in any equation there are only division and multiplication, you just have to think about left to right, and addition and subtraction are my second preferences. If there is an equation that are only having addition and subtraction, so you just have to solve it from left to right. Anyways, I'll move forward. Then if there are level 1, there are some few questions that I have made. You just have to look at all these questions, and I hope so you'll get everything. So this is a very basic question. I'll solve it according to BODMAS. First of all, step number 1, I'll write BODMAS. Now I'm gonna solve equation 12 plus 18 divided by 3. According to board, how many things are there? I'll just wait, let me just, there is addition. Let me just yes, there is addition in this case, and there is division in this case, because division is coming first before addition, so I'll divide it first. 18 divided by 3, 6, and plus 12. So 12 plus 6 equals to 18, because this is my answer. This is a basic level question. Again, I'm gonna, now these are, let's try these one. Board mass. Now, according to this, according to the first part, in this situation, there is addition. Addition is this at this part, and there is multiplication. We know multiplication is coming first, so we'll multiply it first. 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. 8 plus 8 equals to 16. I hope so, because multiplication is another question. We'll solve it. There is, let me just erase it again, and I'm gonna board mass. Now in this case, if you have a look at it, so multiplication comes first. Let me just show you. There is multiplication and there is subtraction. So now, because I know multiplication comes first, so I'll multiply first, and after that I'll subtract. So 15 minus 3, I won't subtract first. I'll multiply first, because that is before subtraction. So 3, 4 ones are 4, 4 2 are 4, 3 are 12. 12 minus 15. 15 minus 12 equals to 3. I hope so you are getting my question and answer. Okay, moving forward. Now division. According to this, let me just write it again. Board mass. Okay, so according to this situation, we can see there is division. So division is right over here, and there is addition. So division is coming before it. So I'll divide first. 20 divided by 5, that is 4, plus 7. Now I'll just do the addition. So the addition is 11. 11 is the answer. Now I'll move forward. Again, I'll do the board math. Let me just erase it. Board mass. Okay, now this question 25, there's which there is division and there is subtraction. Now I'm gonna solve this one. First of all, I'll divide, because it is my first preference. So 22 divided by 10, 2 5s are 10. So 5 minus 25. 5 25 minus, the answer is 20. So the answer we got is 16. You can, if you like, you can use it, you can check it by your calculator. And these are my answers. I hope so. Now let us do the medium level 2 bracket. Enter the game. After, now this is the level 2. We won't look at anything. We'll just solve the bracket. Anything that is inside the bracket, we'll solve that first. So multiply by 12 divided by 3. So 15 minus 7, that is 8. If you want to do it simultaneously, you can do it. And I'm going to solve this bracket, and that is 4, and the answer is 32. According to this, solve these bracket. Then after that, we'll solve these one. Now this is the real game. Board mass. Now in this situation, as you can look, we have brackets and we have addition. Now do we have to solve addition first or multiplication? So we have brackets, we have additions, and we have multiplication. So according to this, the only preference, if there is a bracket, we have to solve the bracket first, irrespective of what operation is in that bracket. So first of all, 8 plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the answer is 12. Now you might be thinking, why are we adding first? Because anything that is inside the bracket will always be solved first in the equation. Multiply by 2. So 12 multiply by 2 is 24. I hope so you got this one. Now moving forward. Now according to this situation, we'll solve this bracket first, and 5 plus 1 equals to 6. So the answer for this is 30 divided by 6. When we solve this one, we can remove the bracket. So 30 divided by 6 multiply by 4. And when I have told you, when there is divide and multiply in an equation, we can solve it from left to right. We don't have to think much about it. So 60 divided by 6 divided by 30, and that is 30 divided by 6. That is 5. 5 multiplied by 4, and the answer for this one is 20. 5 4s are 20. Let me just erase it because I go. So for this one, this is 24 and this is 20. Now moving forward. In this case, we won't think. First of all, we'll solve this bracket. So 6 divided by 2, 2 3s are 6. Plus 5 minus 18, and I have told you, if in an equation there are only plus and minus, we don't have to think much, we'll just solve it from left to right. 18 minus 3, that is 15. 15 minus 5, that is 10, and the answer for this one is 10. Let me just erase it, and I'll just write the answer for this one, and that is 10. Now moving forward again. Okay, we don't have a bracket in this case, but we have division, we have addition, and we have multiplication. According to BODMAS, board mass, according to BODMAS, we'll solve division first, then multiplication, and then addition. Let me give it a try. So 3 divided by 24, we'll just solve it. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 threes are 9, 3 fours are 12, 3 fives are 15, 3 six are 18, 3 sevens are 21, 3 eights are 24. 8 plus 2 multiply by 5. Now we have to multiply this, because according to BODMAS, we have, and 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10. I'm just helping you out with all this. So the answer is 8 plus 10, and the answer will be for this one 18. So the answer for this one is 18. Let me just erase it all, and the answer for this one is 18. Now moving forward into another example. So level 3, advanced level, where we have lots of brackets and lots of different operations. Now in this case, inner bracket, I have told you. Now let me just write it again so that you know how is these all question happening. These are advanced level. Multiply by bracket 2 plus 2 bracket this. According to the BODMAS, we have to solve bracket first. But which bracket? First comes the square bracket. Curly bracket, round bracket. Then comes the square bracket. then comes the flower bracket. So I'm gonna solve the round bracket. 2 plus 2 4, multiply by 3. Then I'm gonna solve the square bracket. 4 ones are 4, 2 are 4, 3 are 12. 12 divided by 48, and the answer for this one is 4. This is how you would solve all these advanced level questions. Let us do some all other. So now let us do this one. According to this, 6 ones are 6. According to board mass, first come board mass, brackets come first, but which bracket? First come round bracket, then square, then curly bracket. So 6 ones are 6, 6 twos are 12. 12 plus 4. Now I'm gonna solve this bracket. Irrespective what that thing is happening, 12 plus 4 equals to 16. So let me just erase it. That is 20 minus 16 equals to 4 is my answer in this case. Now let me move forward. So then for this one, 4 is my answer. Now moving forward, according to, okay, now what do you think? Think it for a minute. So we'll solve this one as well. So the first thing that we have to solve according to board mass, we have lots of operations. So according to board mass, let me just erase it and write it all again. Board mass. So according to this, we'll solve this. How many operations are there? We'll mark it down. First is the bracket. We'll solve that. After that, I'll just give it the. After that, we'll solve the order. After that, when we are done with the then after that, we'll solve the division. And after that, if there's addition, we'll solve the addition. Now let me give it a try. So 18 minus, first of all, we'll solve the bracket, and in this case there is 18 minus 6. And for to solve this one, okay, 18 minus 6, that is 12. Okay, let me just erase it. 12 divided by 3. I'm not solving it because it's not my preference, and I'll solve it later. Plus 5 square, that is 25. Now in this case, division is my first preference. So 12 divided by 3 is my 12. We'll solve it. 12 divided by 3, that is 4. 4 plus 25, and that is 29. So in this case, if you want to check it on your calculator, you will get the same answer. Now moving it a little advanced, I have told you there are 3 types of bracket. Round. First of all, we'll solve the round, then the square, and after that we'll solve the curly bracket. Now we'll solve this part as well. According to this, we'll solve this part. Let me just put it in. We'll solve this part first because it comes in the round bracket. So let me just write it all down. You know about these. Okay, now I'm gonna write this again and solve it over here. So that is 60. I'm gonna write the question. 60 divided by bracket, that is 5 plus 10 divided by 2 and multiply by 4. According to this, I'll solve this part first. Okay. I'll solve this part first, and that is 10 divided by 2, 5. 5 plus 5 divided by 60. This is my bracket, multiply by 4. So 5 plus 5 equals to 10. Anything that is inside the bracket, we don't have to think about that. We'll just solve the bracket. Now I solve this bracket. 60 multiply by 4, and I have told you if there are only multiplication and division, we can solve it from left to right, and that is 60 divided by 10. 6 multiply by 4. 6 ones are 6, 6 2s are 12, 6 3s are 18, 6 4s are 24. So the answer for this one is 24. Let me just, I hope so you got this one. Let me just solve it, another one. So the answer for this is 24. Now moving to the other part. Okay, now there are flower bracket. First of all, I'll solve this part. I'll solve this part. 8 divided by 2 or 4. So I have solved this part, 12. Now this is my bracket. This is my flower bracket, minus 30 or multiply by 3. Now I'll move all the calculation right over here. Now I'll solve this part because that is my square bracket. So now I'm gonna solve this part, and that is 12 minus 4. So what is the answer for 12 minus 4? Do it with me so that you can have how all the things are working. So 12 minus 4 equals to 8. So for this one, 30, obviously 30, I'm not solving 30 yet. 12 minus 4 equals to 8, bracket and multiply by 3. No matter what anything is in the bracket, we'll solve it first. Now comes the flower bracket. So 30 minus 8 is 22. And after that multiply by 3. So 2 will multiply by 3, and the answer for this one is, when we are done with this part, so the answer 822 multiply by 3, and that is 66. For this part we are done with this one. Now I'll move forward. These were some basics to advanced level questions. Okay, level 4 challenge. Now we have this question. If you want to solve this question, you can solve, give it a try. First of all, you'll solve, let me just show you different color with different, wait. Okay, first of all, you'll solve this part. Okay, first of all, you solve this part. After that, when you are done with this, you'll solve this part because it is square bracket. When you are done with this, then you'll solve the flower bracket, and when you are done with the flower bracket as well, then you will end up and solve everything after. So this is for your homework. Give it a try and do let me know in the comment section that how things went. So this is a challenge for you. Go through every and check the answers, are they correct? So according to this one, now this is my last, I'll help you solve this one. So 15 plus 5. Okay, first of all, I have the bracket. I'll solve 15 plus 5 equals to 20. 20 square divided by 4. According to board mass, order come first. So 20 square, 20 multiply by 20, and that is probably 400. Let me just confirm it. So 20 multiply by 20, and that is 400 divided by 4. And 400 divided by 4, the answer is 100. Yes, I am correct. Okay, let me do another one so that you can have an idea, and we'll tell you all the answers. So this one is a correct. Okay, in this case, first of all, I'm gonna solve the round bracket. 4 plus 2 equals 2. I'll just cut it so that you can have. So 4 plus 2 equals to 6. So okay, in this case, we'll write 72 divided by bracket 3 multiply by 6 bracket close plus 8. Now, according to preferences, we have to solve this bracket. 6 ones are 6, 6 12, it is 18. 18 plus 8 divided by 72. According to this situation, this will I'll solve first. 72 divided by 18, and this will give me an answer. And after that, when we are done with 72 divided by 18, we'll get 4. 4 plus 8, and 4 plus 8 equals to 12. So 4 plus 8 equals to 12, and that is, so we are having the correct answer as this one. Okay, if you want, okay, I'll solve this one as well for you. 5 square. So the answer for this one is 5 square. We'll tally it as well. 5 square plus 3 multiply by 18 minus 6 in the bracket. 18 minus 6 in the bracket. So first of all, we'll solve 18 minus 6, that is 12 in the bracket, multiply by 3 plus 5 square. The second thing that we'll do is solving this according to board mass. Board mass. So board mass, order comes after bracket. So 5 5s are 25. 25 plus 3 multiply by 12. Now you won't do a mistake by solving the addition first. Otherwise your answer will be wrong. 12 ones are 12. 12 twos are 24. 12 threes are 36. Now I have solved this part. 36 plus 25. So 36 plus 25 is 61. So we are getting the answer again. Okay, now I'll solve the last part so that you can have a much more clear idea. So that is, there is a round. First of all, I'm gonna solve this part. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6 divided by 24. Okay, now there is the square bracket. We are done with the round bracket. There is a curly bracket over here, minus 40, and there is a curly bracket over here. Multiply by 2. The second preference for this bracket is 6 ones are 6, 6 twos are 12, 6 is 18, 6 fours are 24. 4 minus 40. Now I'm going to solve this flower bracket. Multiply by 2. So I'll move it right over here. So 40 minus 4, that is 36. 36 multiplied by 2 equals to 72. So I am getting the same answer as this one. You can see in this part, 36 multiplied by 2 is equal to 72. So I have solved all these parts in and these were all the question of board maths. Hope you guys like the videos, and for online tutoring of OA level, IGCSE, GCSE, free notes and past paper, tropical, anything, any kind of help, you can contact me on this number. And if you are having any concept, if you are lacking any concept in maths, physics, chemistry or biology, so you can contact me on this number. And hope you guys like the video. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Thank you for watching. Allah Hafiz.